Thank you for joining us here, Wheel to Wheel. We are entering our final round of Season 7. We're going to kick off on this Monday night with our first session of qualifying for our Super Enduro, which is going to be at the Nürburgring 24 Hours. So what we've got going on tonight is just a mixture of guys from different lobbies and divisions, just setting their qualifying lap ready for the Enduro, which will be either this Sunday or the following Sunday, depending on what lobby they're in. Joining us tonight is Smurf. Welcome, Smurf.
Welcome, guys. Dodgy.
G'day, Smurf. How are you, buddy? Ready for a big night?
First time here. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. I can see a few people getting some damage on this track.
Yeah, absolutely. Those walls are lethal. The one thing with this track, you just put a tyre off on that grass, and it is good night, Irene, especially when they're so close to those Armco walls. I don't think there's been a training session so far this week where someone hasn't had a fender in the wall.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks, it's a ball of fun to go around, but with heavy damage on this season, it's also very frustrating in that it's difficult to get a lap in. You can bin it a minute away from finishing your out lap, and then you just got to start that again because it's just all over. But I think the guys are going to get through tonight. They might see a few people play it safe, might see a few people just put a banker in, or a few people might go balls out, and we'll see what the end results are.
I think a bank is a good idea. Feels like you tend to crash when you're trying to beat your lap before anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we've got a couple of drivers joining us for the trip through the Nürburgring tonight, haven't we? Who's that, Dale, that we've got joining us?
Oh, so tonight we've got Lowside, Captain Lowside, we've got Super Dragon and also Pagani in chat with us tonight, so we'll be crossing over to those guys a few times. Say hello, guys.
Howdy, howdy.
G'day all.
There we go.
Everyone can figure out who just said who. And
So qualifying is about to get underway in 5 seconds. Is this going to be a race to who can get out first and just get clear track?
look, I'll be getting out as quickly as I can, but it's a long outlap, so we'll see where we all stand at the end of the back straight, I think. I'm just happy to be here.
Good luck, everyone.
Pagani somehow found his way back. It's been a long time. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been
I thought we changed the locks from that guy.
Yeah.
Zen's the first one out on track.
Great, I'm stuck behind the B-mobile. Oh, not anymore. Dorito machine.
So we started off, we might give it a little run through. I believe you started with Ben, Smurf. Who have we got coming after Ben?
After Ben, we've got Zuzu for the dam. And then we've got Big Ralph. He's in dam as well, so that's the team I belong to, which is good. So I'll be egging them on.
Following that is
Dragon.
Super Dragon's seen enough of that Porsche.
Super Dragon's just gone past Big Red, and he's driving the Viper.
The big Yang tank.
Corvette.
And then you got Captain Lowside, he's in the Lexus. You got Pagani, he's in the Mazda.
He's in the Mozzie.
You can hear it coming from a mile away.
Ben's off to a great start, sorry, just in first place.
Then you got Mr. Navoli, he's driving the Mercedes, the AMG. And you got Gordok, he's in the Toyota.
Good range of cars throughout the field.
Yeah, there is.
Well, it's not just the cars, it's the divisions. I think we've got some Div 1 guys here, we've got some Div 5 guys here. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone tangles with everyone else.
Yeah, and that's why I was more kind of looking at that outlap in that you're going to get it maybe hopefully 3 laps out of this qualifying session. Although, you want to keep it cool on the outlap, you also do want to make sure that you're not behind a guy on your flying lap that you are, say, 10-15 seconds a lap quicker than. You really want to jump them on the outlap.
Yep.
Who are we looking at the fastest times around here tonight? What do you reckon, Dale? Who's going to punch it out in this session?
Oh, I think it's going to be real close. I'm just looking at season 5 quali times around here, and yeah, there's some very competitive times put in by Zoo, Garni, and also Super Dragon as well. All three of them put in some really close times around the 8 minute, 8 minute 7 to 8 minute 13 type range. So, it's going to be close. I think between those guys, obviously Low Side wasn't here for that round, I don't think. He's our regular Div 1 driver as well, so he'll be looking to put in the time similar to that as well.
Yeah, I'm expecting Low Side to pull a decent time off, but I can't go past my teammate Zoo with Super Dragon close behind him. They're both in the Vetties.
Close behind is how I'd look at it at the moment. Do you think Slipstream is going to be much of a big deal around this track for quali? Are people like Lowside going to try and use Dragon to get around the course, or do you think it's more you need clean air, just get out and run your own race?
Oh, I think clean air.
Clean air, what do you reckon, Dale?
And if you can get behind the guy coming into that straight, that's when the slip might help you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how bad the dirty air is, because the one time I've raced on here, I was nowhere near everybody. Everybody was miles away ahead of me, 10% through the lap. So
Come on, let's just go back to the pits.
I kind of think that's yes, it ends back to the pits there. So I almost think I'd want to tag on to, if I know I'm going to struggle a little bit, I want to tag on to somebody just to let them tow me around the track, and maybe I'll pick up a few tips along the way and gain a couple extra seconds over what I would do on my own.
Yep.
I think that if you're in the dirty air position, it might be more that you can't see the lines. So really, you don't really want to be too close, or I would be.
I didn't even know there were lines on this track, Smurf. There's that much of it, it's all over the shop for me.
Yeah.
The only white lines I seem to cross are the white ones. Proceeding by hitting a wall.
I think it was Super Dragon that told me this. Is if you try to learn the track, if you've just gone through a left corner, you're most likely going to find a right next. That's all you need to know.
That sounds like something Super Dragon would say.
And keep your eyes open.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Dragon School of Driving.
You've definitely
Keep
piqued
it on
some
the track.
interest around our other drivers out there tonight, guys. There are some quick drivers watching on. We've got Adam V10 out there having a watch, keeping an eye on yous. Looks like the G-Man's out there. The Boss Fine Moves is having a look. Stefco's out there as well. So there's a few keen Div 1 drivers out there wondering just how good you guys are going to go tonight. No pressure.
Super Dragon's just let Low Side through.
Yeah, I felt the captain was a little bit hot on my rear bumper throughout that first sector, and I'm trying to make sure I keep it clean for my outlap, so I thought it was best to let the captain by.
Yeah, I was
Zoo in first place.
Sorry, Cap, what was that?
I was happy following Dragon for a little bit, but now I'm out in free air, I don't know where I'm going, so go for that.
My plan worked out without having a plan.
Just remember what we said. If you've just gone through a right, you're turning left next.
I just went to a left and I've got another left, so...
Shit, you must be on
But
the
now
wrong
you've
track.
got it right.
I'm going the wrong way.
Well, before you get to the start of it, I've got a question for you, and you guys out there tonight on track as well. Do you think quali is going to be that important a part in the race that we're having over the next 2 weeks? It is a 90-minute race here, so it's 11 laps. 11 8 to 9, or if you like me, 12-minute laps. So is quali going to be that important, considering you've got a grid that's only
Big Red
separated by
Ralph
so
just
much?
came off with damage.
I don't think
rear
it's going to
damage,
be... sorry, Smurf.
back rear wheel damage and aero damage at the back.
Oh, unlucky.
Hopefully
I
it
don't
goes
think it's
straight.
going to be
He's off
hugely
again. Should
impactful.
go back to the pits.
But at the same time, if you start on pole and you start in some clear air and you can run away onto the Nordschleife,
Big
I
Red
think that'd be a
back
huge
to the
advantage
pits.
if other guys are stuck behind traffic across that same part of track.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dale.
What do you reckon,
For
Dale?
myself, go for that.
Oh, I was almost going to say I can get the point. Yeah, you don't want to get too stuck in traffic, but yeah, it's an hour and a half long race. There's plenty of time to put a bit of pressure on the guys in front and hopefully force a mistake or get your way throughout the race and just kind of ease on into the event. I think the only time really it's important for quali is for this round really is just to hope there's not a Miley Cyrus in the first corner.
Gotta love a wrecking ball.
100%. I mean, other than that, I think guys are going to race pretty clean, and mistakes happen here or there. But I don't think it's too
Zoo
important.
coming along. He's going to start his flying lap, his first flying lap.
Yeah, what we might do is jump in with Sue if you want for a bit for the first part of the lap, and maybe you can talk us through a bit of it, Dale.
Oh yeah, I think I need to learn the track a bit better. So yeah, Zoo's just coming through zone 1, nice and easy. Just through the very familiar GP section here, so I don't expect him to have too many issues through this section, and I think it's just get through this familiarity until you get the Nordschleifer and let it all hang out.
We've got some nice smooth lines through there at the moment, so coming through this part of the GP track, we've played this a few times before. While it is very tricky and complicated, you've really got to take it easy around these corners. You've got some very fast and deceiving corners here as well, but it's once you get into that, like you said, the Nordschleife part of the track is when it gets pretty full on and you're working that steering wheel like nothing else. So we might stick with him a bit and just see how he's going through this section.
Yeah, so still nice and smooth here on the wheel and on the accelerator. Is generally one of the better guys on his tyres as well. Although there's no tyre wear in quali, he's still got that kind of approach following through in quali. Look, I haven't driven the Vet much. Maybe Super Dragon can pipe up on this, but I'm still seeing quite a bit of short shifting, even though there is no fuel for quali as well. Is that just the way to drive the Vet?
Yeah, so with the way the Vet makes its power, it's best to shift it about 3/4 up the rev gauge to kind of make use of all the power that it does have,
Right.
and all the torque that it has down low.
That makes sense then. Alright, so it's on the Nordschleife now. It's come through that nice tricky section there. A lot of guys will come unstuck there as he starts to fatigue and get a little bit tired, but he's handled that quite nicely.
I found the trick with those corners was to brake earlier than you expected. You've almost got to brake and change down the corner before you want to go slow fall.
Yeah, definitely. And although you want to try and use up all the track, it's quite easy to just put a bit of a tyre on that grass there and lose the rear end. Yeah, that's one of my favourite parts of the track, where you get that little bit of air off the front wheels and get a little bit of lift. That's got such a good feeling. And just so you don't lose it and fly off into the fence. Luckily there's no cones on the track, otherwise you'll end up in the forest. Apex at Spa, Season 6.
I think he's still out there.
No one's found him.
I like this part through here. It's the first part where you really just hammer it for a long period and you get that down through that gully.
It's beautifully cambered, so the track kind of turns the car for you as well through these slight turns.
Well, he's handled that section quite nicely. He definitely broke a lot later than I have the guts to do through there, and cars remain real stable. He's got some good time through there. There you go. It's done on one of those first of those, right-hand downhill corners. Again, it's one of those sections. It's a lot. It can become easy to kind of forget which part of the track you're up to when you're coming across so many corners that are fairly similar like that.
Yeah,
it's definitely a spot towards the back end of the race where I'm going to forget which one I'm up to.
But he's just taken it so smooth. I think Zoo's done a few laps around this track by the look of it. Almost gave him the commentator's curse there. But he hasn't missed a corner yet. His apexes have been really smooth. He hasn't been soaring at the wheel. A lot of confidence in his car he's got on this track by the look of it.
Can I comment on some of the sector times, or is that gonna kind of spoil the surprise by the end of the lap?
Go for it.
I don't
So
think they're going to worry. We can jump out with that.
Zoo's running purples pretty much every single sector except for low side in sector 2 and Super Dragon in sector 7. But even on those ones where he wasn't purple, he was not even a tenth behind.
Yeah, just a little inside information from the practice lobby I had up earlier. Zoo managed to put in an 8:06.8, and it looked like he had a bit of spare time in that lap too, so we could see something really nice from Zoo.
Fuck, that'd be awesome if you could pull that off. Look, although I said quality isn't necessarily fully important for this round, you know, it is a bit of bragging rights as well, and you do want to be as high up that grid as you can to put yourself in that best position. As Super Dragon said, try and avoid that traffic and just get clean runs.
Just dropped the back wheel off there. We were with Captain. He was lucky to keep that one on. The intimidation factor of a quick time is a good thing as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially getting a good time on the board early.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the way...
Oh no! Sorry, Ben's had to start his lap again. This is his third attempt at starting a lap. He's only just hitting the Nordschleife now.
Oh. How long have we got?
Hopefully he can still get 2 laps in, but I don't...
He'll only get
close.
1 maybe. Yeah, he'll be real close. Oh yeah, he should get that second if he has no more hiccups.
He's only going to get 1 lap in, 1 fast lap. You can afford a hiccup.
With all our usual suspects, if we're expecting them to fill the top 5 positions, I think, you know, it's then up to 6th spot, and based on season 5 timings, I think Gordok is actually going to put in a really competitive time. I think he did at 8:21 in season 5. Can't remember what car he was in, but he's in the Supra now, which...
I think it was a GDR.
Oh, well then, good on him for being able to get around the track at 8:21 in that GDR. That's a bloody handful. But yeah, in the Supra, I think he's going to put I wouldn't be surprised to see him put in a quicker time compared to season 5.
Yeah, just going back to what Captain mentioned earlier about getting the times up early. It is, with the way we've got this race structured over 2 weeks, so Captain's qualifying tonight, and indeed the other guys out of Div 1 qualifying tonight don't actually race for almost 2 weeks. So, you know, it does put the thread of doubt in the other Div 1 drivers' head of, geez, if they did that time then, imagine what's going to happen in 2 weeks' time when they've had all that practice behind them. So, you know, it's not a bad thing to punch out a really good time tonight at all.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
So
gone under the bridge at 7:19.
I think we're going to see some teamwork here coming up soon. So Zoo's about to finish this lap, but he can actually now see Big Red Ralph on the horizon here, who's on his out lap. He had to restart his lap due to damage, so I think they're going to come up together probably through the GP circuit somewhere. So Ralph's going to have to... Well, he's not going to have to, you know, they're both on flying laps, but he'll likely just pull to the side and let him through.
I think that he's going to make it, so I'm not going to hold him up for his hot lap.
Oh no, not at all. There's a bit of teamwork will come into play here.
Oh yeah, yep.
What's he done at 8:04.653? Flying lap for Zoo.
Man.
Told you he had some time in that 6.8.
And he's pulling out.
Low
He's
side
pulled out at
at
turn
808.
1.
Disappointed with that.
8:09.3.
Yeah, I made quite a big mistake towards the end of the lap and almost lost it, but managed to get back on the track enough to recover. Hoping to beat that by about a second or more.
Zoo's in the pits.
Here comes
Maybe thinking he's not going to beat that.
I think Zoo's done his one and done, I think, for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mazda's coming through with an 822 Pagani in that Mazda.
I told you I'm down to your level, Dale.
Far behind an 824.
He's got about 13 seconds to find to match his season 5 quality time. Gordok's right there on 22 feet as well.
Gordock 822.8, 2/10 dividing Agani and Gordock.
Did Mr. Navoli restart, or did he punch out of
No,
time?
he's done a lap.
No.
He's put in a 24.2.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, which is really good for Navoli, big awesome member. So my teammate, he's done a lot of laps on other games around here and feels really comfortable as opposed to a lot of the GT original circuits.
I think Big Red must have started again too.
Yeah, that's why he was right in front of Zoo. He was finishing his outlap.
Yeah.
So this is his first flying now, so hopefully he can get through without damage. I think if he has another off, he's just going to have to see it through to the end and just bank a time.
Yeah, he's got about 2 minutes before he's past the point of no return.
Yeah.
Hold it, Ben. He's getting a bit slippery out there.
As far as I'm aware, Ben's still on the controller too, so
Yep.
Correct.
take off to him even further.
Definitely not a track I'd want to do an hour and a half with on a controller.
It's a lot less work than on the wheel. That's what I set my my season 5 time on and race, and I actually felt quicker on the controller, if I'm completely honest.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's fun.
This is still Ben's first outlap, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
his
his
fourth outlap.
third outlap.
Yeah, sorry. that's what I meant.
So I think myself and the captain will be the first ones back around to set another time.
Hopefully improved.
Well, I don't plan on getting worse.
Doesn't mean I can't.
Low sides blue in that sector.
I will say I feel this double left-hander that I'm coming up to right now is one of the trickiest parts of the track for me. It's so easy to run wide through this bit because it's a little bit off camber, and if you don't get right down into the apex, it just pushes you wide.
Yeah, wasn't that
enough,
Corbin
my-
Corner from season 5? Was that the place he came off 3 laps in a row?
I believe so.
Funnily enough, on my first flying lap, I did actually go wide there, Dragon, so there's a bit of time left in that.
So it's those squared off corners that create the difficulty, hey? That squared off corner, double apex, was Corbin corner. We had Stefko corner in the last round, which was a squared off corner.
And,
We've got
and in amongst
Ben
that, Ben's
finishing
just
his lap.
8:07 flat.
Great time.
It's a great time, yep.
So Lowside's just gone purple in sector 8 as well.
And he's got some traffic coming in front.
Who, Lowside or Ben?
Low side. Looks like Mr. Navol. Sorry, not Mr. Navol.
Big Red Ralph.
That could be interesting. I believe Big Red Ralph is on his flyer as well, correct?
Correct, yeah. So this is one of the things where, I mean, his time's not going to be anywhere near Lowside's, but I mean, he's on his flyer as well, so technically he's still got right away here. Oh,
It's a shame we were talking about this.
oh, and this is a
That tenth of seconds really can give you 1 or 2 positions up or down.
Yeah, it can
Low
mean
side's
starting
got
at
the run
the
here,
top
there we
half
go.
or the bottom
Yeah.
of the grid.
Low sides through.
Big thanks to Big Red Ralph there.
Yeah.
He gave me plenty of room then.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to catch him in a part of the track where there's only one lane.
He
I
did
think it
very
may
well
have
there.
cost Lowside a couple of tenths there, but you know, it was an awkward spot.
He did very well. He had great foresight and vision.
Yeah.
Knew where he could get to space and without costing him or me. So
You're only
Yeah.
saying that because you know you're on the stream.
no, barely. It's Something I probably wouldn't have even forethought, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I agree. He did really, really well. It was just the speed difference between the lines that you guys would normally take.
We've got Super Dragon coming up to Big Red at the moment.
Coming through the famous YouTube corner. So you look up a compilation of Nürburgring crashes, that's the most likely corner that you're going to see right there. That kind of uphill right-hander can catch you off guard as you feel it's starting to open up. You still need to keep turning in it a little longer than you think.
Yep, there you go. Zoo's put a few comments onto YouTube now. He's happy with the 804. He's going to kick back and spectate. So
I think he's done a bottle O run as well, so no doubt he's
he'll be quite prepared.
Well, if you want to replay, that was just me having a small off. Luckily avoided damage, but just sideswiped the wall.
I'll see what I can find. Let's see, we're playing a replay, and I think I only just got you coming back on. I see a bit of dirt being kicked up there. Nope, there it is. Yep. Oh, you kept that sliding along the grass well. Just a complete slide along the grass and back onto the bitumen.
I think we've got Super Dragon. He's going to be under a 10. I think he's going to beat his time.
It's not looking too good on my part, actually. I had a really bad sector 12 and lost about 7/10 through there. Choosing the wrong gear. So, I think I'm going back to my standard of a 10.5.
Okay, let's see where we go.
I think Pagani's on track to improve on his time. He'll be looking at a low 21 at this stage.
No, nothing there. No improvement.
10.5, you're pretty close.
I think Gordok's about to improve his time by almost a second as well. Oh, Ralph's I think gone off towards the final sector. He's got almost everything gone. Front wing, rear aero.
Still got the lap in.
Suspension on the right,
and
on both
improved.
sides of the right. And turns left instantly just to get off the track. I think he's had enough.
I think that's his quality done regardless. He doesn't have time to reset.
So we've got Ben on another one.
Well, Pagani had improvement.
Unusual.
I'll take it. Gordok's Mr. Volley 20.1. Great time, Mr. Navoli. We've also got Gordok about to come through as well. He's improved by 1.1, 21.7, so he's half a second behind Pagani. So it's a big battle between these guys for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
What have we got here? No, Flossie, there was no damage for Captain.
I don't know how I pulled that off, Flossie, but very lucky escape, which is not something that happens around here very often.
Ben's put in a couple purple sectors, but I think he is slightly down on his best time so far, but he has got some real quick sectors in there. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up by the end of this lap.
Notice Ben's using those curbs a lot.
Curbs are your friend at times. I have heard people say you need to really ride those curbs, but just need to straighten the wheel out, steering input as you hit them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have enough faith in this track to use the curbs on this track the way he has. So, yeah, I try and steer clear of the curbs around here.
I think that's smart. It tends to really unsettle me.
Might
It
just be
also
a Lexus
depends
thing.
a fair bit on the car, yeah, because personally in the Corvette it just eats them up like it's nothing. I know the Merc was quite similar.
Yeah, Ben's down almost a second on his time at this point.
And sometimes if you go too close to the curve, you'll hit a bump and it'll fray you.
Yeah, it can be quite an unpredictable track. With all the small bumps and stuff throughout. Three turns.
A slightly different line through one corner, and then you hit a bump and it throws you right off.
Yep.
So with Ben restarting a handful of times, he's actually got enough time to get a third lap in here.
Yep, he's got the straight to go.
Yeah, 2 minutes before time runs out, and he's only got about 35 seconds before his lap's done. So yeah, he'll get another crack at this.
Come on, Ben. No improvement, unfortunate. But he's still got one more lap to go, as you say.
Mr. Navoli's off, so he's reset back to the pits. He won't be doing another lap. So it's up to Pagani now. Can he improve on his time and jump past Mr. Navoli?
Captain was 5/10 up on his last sector.
I think this is Ben's, second week back in the chair, or is it his third week? He had a fair chunk
Start of his third.
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
Yeah, he had a big chunk of time away from wheel to wheel mid-season, so he's only just getting back into it. But he's still just, it's like he's never been away. He's just back in and going for it. Same could be said about Pagani, but really, who's going to say it?
Yeah, no one's really happy about him coming back, honestly. We really need to change those locks.
I thought we did.
Apparently.
That was very interesting there, low side. Is that one of your tricks?
What's that?
Going back to
Just how you approach that section with your gears.
Not entirely sure what you're referencing, to be honest.
I'm just not sure whether I should let it slip or not. It was just the what gear you're using down the straight there, where you were maxing out.
One of those things with the Lexus, at least, it struggles. As soon as you put it into 6 and that uphill section, it doesn't really pull. So you're better off just macking it out in 5th than you are trying to. It depends. If you're fuel saving for 2 or 3 laps, then absolutely throw it in 6. But top speed wise, you're better off leaving it in 5th.
Ah, okay, interesting. Good to know.
I tried a similar thing with the Corvette, but due to the torque that it has, it enjoys 6th gear and gets me about 8 kilometers an hour faster down the straight than 5th. So very much a car-dependent thing.
Porsche is very similar in each gear.
Porsche has really long gearing.
So speaking about different cars and different strat, or talking about fuel saving or not fuel saving, is it too early to start talking about strats?
It's too late for me. I got no clue what I'm doing. I've spent the last couple of days practicing my qualifying and getting the qualifying out of the way early so that I can focus on the strategy and stuff for the next week leading up to my race.
If you can do 3-lap stints without sacrificing too much time, it might be a viable option, but you're being realistic, it's a high chance of damage in the race, so you should really look at maintaining a strategy which you can come in at every second lap if you need to.
Very close circuit.
Yeah. I think that was the preferred option in Season 5. Although in the early seasons when it was full damage as well, I think super softs were an option and some people were pitting every lap back when we had shorter pit times.
Well, from my point of view, where there's a risk of hitting about 10 walls per lap, I'm just going to leave it as a 2 2 laps, I think, to stretch the fuel out and go for the third with running the risk of hitting walls. It'd just be
We've got
wasting
Captain
time.
coming up the home straight now.
A couple of tenths down. I made a mistake in that last carousel and saw me wide and out of the inner part. Yeah, still 2.5 tenths down, unfortunately.
Send it.
See if I
No
can
brakes
make it
in
up
the
this
last
loop.
corner.
Yeah, no brakes.
Well, I sent it. No,
He got a penalty for his effort.
I think I might improve slightly here.
Oh, there's a finish line. There it is.
Oh.
Here we go. Now.
8.09. Nice time, Dragon.
Nice.
I think I had about another second in me, unfortunately, but couldn't string it together.
Dragon.
Now it's,
So Pagani's going to be next across the line, I think.
Yep, up to
Just gonna look at my
Pagani, the Mozzie rider.
Whoa, he's 4.5 seconds up here. So a high 16 on the cards.
No brakes through here.
Send it, Pagani, send it.
Send
We
it.
know you want to.
After the race.
Wow, what a daredevil.
I reckon my optimal was probably
16.8.
down to a
I'll take that.
Nice time.
Nice lap.
nice.
Nice. Have we got Gordock still out there?
Yeah, he's coming through the last corner now. The last it's been there. I think he did have a penalty at some point towards the back end of the lap, so not too sure. Yeah, he's going to be a couple of seconds off. So 21.7 is going to remain his best time. But very consistent out of him. 22.8, 21.7, 23.9. Good times from Gordock.
All good times, yep.
Okay, and I think we've still got. Is Ben still on a hot lap?
He is. Yeah, that's right. I've still got Ben here.
Yep.
Let's see how Ben's plugging along.
Well, Ben will be...
Yeah, he's purple in still a couple of purple sectors, but I think he's pushing right on the edge here.
Yeah, well, he'll be trying to beat his time, so... That's when you're vulnerable.
He's 1.6 down at the moment.
I don't see where he can make up 1.6.
Well, he's going to have a red hot go. I love seeing those front wheels come off the ground there. Even the GTRs, they get a bit light in the front
Yeah.
end on that one.
I mean, I'd give him some tips on where he could find some time, but I mean, I've still got to find 15 seconds to get to his times to begin with, so I'll be no help. Although he's now only 9 tenths down, he has found a little bit of time in that sector.
Yeah, we don't know if he went bad in this sector before.
Geez, Pagani, didn't take you long. You're on YouTube already.
I had my phone just sitting on the desktop already.
Here goes on the stretch home now, that big long straight. Under the bridge, he's only 4 tenths down, 5 tenths down, so yeah, I think at this point, unless he had a bit of a stop up in the final corner, it's pretty much going to be an 807 flat for his best time.
Not quite
3.5
sure.
tenths now.
He's going to be Div 2 for the race, I think, isn't he?
Oh, potentially. It really depends on the RSVPs at the moment.
Unfortunately, I think he will be Div 2 if we get a decent turnout for the final round. We're happy to trade him for someone.
Yeah, 807.4 couldn't quite match
Yeah,
it, but
no improvement.
very, very quick times out of Ben there as well.
Oh, well, and there you go.
Ben and Zoo are 19th and 20th on our overall standings at the moment, so it's fairly likely they'll end up in Div 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to need half a Div 1 to be a no-show for them to make it.
No worries. Well, I've just got a lobbies up at the moment, fellas, showing our quali lobbies. So we've got another one at 8 o'clock tonight with a few names appearing there that are going to be really good to watch. I think Oily's given it a thrash tonight, and Squid's in there as well. Maybe keep an eye on the Dark Horse Spence. See how we go. Then we've got further qualies.
I think Palmer could be one to watch.
Palmer has improved a hell of a lot for V Corsa. He has gone bunter in the last half of this season.
Yeah, quite recently he's made the change to bumper or bonnet cam from cockpit view, and has found a whole lot of time. So.
Yep, and then we've got a couple more sessions this week. We've got 2 on Thursday night, 1 on Friday night, and then another 2 on Saturday night. So hopefully we're going to manage to get most of these streamed for everyone to watch. And I will take this opportunity as well just to have a quick shout out to the sponsors for helping us out through this season. Next Level Racing, Pagnian Imports and Races World. So thanks guys for letting us bring all this to the general public through YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. Other than that guys, I think we might be done for the evening. Any last words from any of y'all?
I will jump in just quickly. I want to point out that Zuzu has improved by just over 4 seconds if my timing works correctly for me on his Season 5 time. Season 5 was an 8:08.
8.3.
Yep. So yeah.
8.3.
Did you get a screenshot of the qualies?
I will see what I can do.
Please?
We're going to wait the extra 20 seconds. Otherwise, we'll just capture it on the stream.
Yeah, we can get it.
Fine moves
Nice.
yelling.
Farmers is yelling at us, yeah.
Get off the sponsor screen.
The big
my
boss
bad.
man's shouting at us, but we've got about 5 seconds to go before we go back to that, and we can view the times of everyone.
So are we doing our one lapper or are we bailing out?
Well, that's totally up to you guys.
I would love to, but I'm still recovering from a cramp mid-hot lap. Oh,
I would love to do turn 1. I've been practicing my bowling.
I'll do a pen mac. Oh.
Well, I
Pagani,
can't,
please don't rev your car.
I can't bring up those results now. I did get the photo.
I
Okay.
the times right there.
Yep.
Got him.
I got him as well.
There you go. All good. I'll give you the first corner and then we might say goodbye, fellas, and get ready for the stream later on this evening.
Well, this should be a good first corner then.
Oh,
You
got a dragon
You prick! I should have known.
Awesome. Okay, gentlemen. Well, thank you very much for an entertaining first quali. It's good to
been a
see your
pleasure.
times.
And I have my game
around
crash.
there. Thanks, drivers, for being a part of it as well, and Dale and Smurf. Thank you very much. A good night to you.
Thanks for having us,
Thank
Dodgy.
you.
Thanks for letting us come and commentate and view your qualifying, and yeah, good luck in the race for everyone.
Yep.
Thanks for doing our visuals again, Dodgy. Appreciate
No
it.
worries, and good luck to those later on tonight. See you all later.
Yep. Thanks, Doc.